Welcome to the boss desk. Let me do my due diligence. Let me do my due diligence right quick. What's up with y'all? These niggas, they delusional. OSBL is delusional. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Let's get this right, because they delusional, man. I don't like delusional people. For real, for real. I don't like delusional people, man. It's delusional people out here. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So, let's get to chopping this fable, man. Welcome to the boss desk. Y'all know what's going on, man. Gate to the Garden Media. That be I, that be me, that be boss desk. So I'm watching Champion, Gate to the Garden, Dre Dennis. Shout out to Dre Dennis. Shout out to CeeLo. I'm watching Gate to the Garden. I'm watching Champion and OSBL, Kels, the league owner of OSBL, and Ace Amin. Shout out to my bro Ace Amin. But y'all delusional. Y'all are really delusional, and I really don't understand it. I don't understand what's the what. I mean, like, all right, so OSBL says Gate to the Garden is not a league, they're a platform. Whatever that means. Because guess what? URL is a league. RBE was a platform. RBE booked who they wanted to book. They have found talent, develop talent nowadays. So let's go here. Nobody, I ain't gonna say nobody. It's very few people that have literally came from URL. A few. Out of all the battlers they got, only a few people actually came from that league. Everybody else, including some of their GOATs, included the Loaded Lux and the Calicos and the Goods, and they came from another league. The Arsenals, they came from another league. But y'all don't call them a platform. Y'all call them a league like they developed that talent. So when people got into arguments about, oh, well, URL didn't do this and this person came from that league, they say, oh, who developed them though? Where did they get their shine at though? Where did people start following them at and start asking about them at? Well, guess what? That's what's going on here. Swervo, he battled, he went crazy before OSBL was a league. So I don't care who was doing the booking over there. He wasn't part of that league. If you want to call that league that he battled on a league. Sheet happens. The same thing. Ace Amin, the same thing, bro. Ace Amin, you keep talking about, oh, well, you know, the person who did the booking, I was battling, I had 2 battles on this league, but the person who did the booking grabbed me, talking about Kales, grabbed me, pause, and brought me with her. That means you came from another league. However you want to dress it up. She seen you on another league that she was not a part of. She helped with the development. She helped with the booking, but not the development. She didn't say, hey, here's Ace Amin. I'm going to bring him to. No, you battled twice on that league, and then she became your manager. Then you went to Gate to the Garden, and then you went to URL. You got your name from URL. That first battle where you battled another guy from out there in Maryland, Fuse the General, I believe it, correct me if I'm wrong, Fuse the General, when you battled him, that's when you got your name. They put you through a process to develop you. So whoever was doing the booking, no, it didn't happen there. Nobody knew about Ace Amin but his buddies, his little buckos. That's the only people knew about Ace Amin. Shit happens. Nobody knew about him. Swervo, nobody knew about them. When Swervo was wilding that Gate to the Garden, that's when he got the call. His performance could have been anywhere else, as Kales was saying. It could have been anywhere else, but guess what? It wasn't. That night, that card was lit. It had a bunch of URL people in the building, and the same thing happened with Jay Kruger. Jay Kruger been outside, but when he finally got noticed, guess where it was at? Gate to the Garden, the middle of his round. Pause. When he was battling Swervo, URL people hit him up because of Dre Dennis and CeeLo League. So they do have something to do with that. Because if they wouldn't have booked that battle, who says that if he goes to another platform or they go to another platform, that this would have been the same outcome, that them same people who made that call would have showed up to that next card. The Holmesies, the Sagas, the whoever was in the building that was popping at the time. So let's stop lying, okay? Let's stop lying. You're not developing talent. You're grabbing. Let's get one thing straight. The people who has made it already had their talent locked in. They already had their talent. You didn't say, hey, you need to start doing this. Hey, you need to start rapping this way. No, they showed up to your league and they were fired. And people start making calls to skip the process. That's literally what happened. To add to another process. You didn't take them through your process. Hey, Kels, you ain't take them through your process and then got them on. Mallory showed up at my card. Eunice showed up on the spaces. People Eunice could have made it on any league because he already got the talent. There was no development needed. Why y'all out here like y'all just developing mad talent? No, you manage people and you get them to the right places. That is not development. This skill is development. Why URL had PGs and now they got the Crucible is to develop. Meaning, no, listen here. This performance was dope, but you need to start doing this. I can't put you on these type of cards until you do this. You have to shake rooms. You have to do this, whatever their development is. That's what they had to do. It's no skipping the process. You had to do 2 PGs with Crucible. You got to do a certain amount of Crucibles. Even Kid Slade. Kid Slade showed up. He got his name from wherever he got his name from. But one of his biggest battles was on Gate to the Garden. Crew, Gate to the Garden. She Happened, Gate to the Garden. Swervo, Gate to the Garden. Prestavia, Gate to the Garden. What's bro name they say sound like Nitty? Gate to the Garden. Everything was on Gate to the Garden. It just so happened that those battles, those performances that they put on, it was people in the building, but that battle still happened at Gate to the Garden. You can't develop talent when the talent is already developed. What are y'all talking about? The talent is already there. I'm not understanding. Y'all going on this platform, jumping my loud brother, my brother in real life. Let me stop just calling him my loud brother. Dre Dennis. Y'all going on there, jumping Dre Dennis like y'all have a point. Kels, nobody that you developed, you actually developed, has went anywhere. They already had the talent. They may needed help with the picking how, which league to go to and how to get the URL. You managed them well, but you didn't develop them. So now let's get to the paying for battles. Nobody who has talent, like I'm talking about the it factor talent. Nobody who has the it factor talent has paid for a battle. This is what goes on. And Dre and CeeLo, y'all can, correct me if I'm wrong, which I don't think I'm wrong because I know what's going on around there. This is what happens. You got Buku, right? Buku the Boo Boo, who know he not like that, right? But Buku the Boo Hoo wants a name. He wants a name, or she wants a name. Right? Yo, Dre, I'm trying to get on the league. Listen here. I got a lot of things going on. And I really don't know who you are. So because there's a lot of people who back out of battles, there's a lot of people who use the gates to try to get to other places. Guess what? Since you don't have a name and y'all come up here and choke, since you don't have a name, I'm going to charge you. Okay, whatever that price is just to get on the gates when you don't have a name, because you're not wasting our time over here. So let's say Boo Boo don't want to battle just another Boo Boo. He wants Geechee Gotti. Dre says, and Dre and CeeLo says, hey, you're not worth that. No, we can't do that battle. Listen here. I got this amount of money for them. I I want to battle Geechee Gotti. Guess what? You're going to get embarrassed. Geechee Gotti is going to wash you. I'm not paying for it, but it can bring a lot of views to my channel that can help my channel out. So guess what I'm going to do? Geechee Gotti, do you want to battle Boo Boo? He got this amount of money. Geechee Gotti says yes. Okay. If Boo Boo go to any other league, he probably can't get that battle. But this is our process. The core gate people, the Rios, the Flosses, the all these, they don't, yo, listen, to get Geechee Gotti, you got to pay. No, what happens is a person will say, hey, let's use, I ain't going to use no names, but let's say one of the Gates people, right? Listen, I believe I can beat Geechee Gotti. Pause. I believe I can win versus Geechee Gotti. Dre Dennis and CeeLo saying, I'm not paying for that battle, but I'm not going to hold you back. They're not asking them for them. I'm not booking that battle, bro. I'm not coming out of my pocket to book that battle because I don't think you're ready. Okay, Dre, I think I'm ready, and I got my own money. Well, you got your own money. That Geechee Gotti is going to bring views to our channel, and why would I turn that down and give that battle? Let's say a Gate to the Garden person, let's say Dre denies that battle, right? And the Gate to the Garden person, right, that's linked with the Gates, they're a gatekeeper. Let's say they take 5 more battles, and then they catch fire, right? Guess who still has to pay for that? Dre Dennis. And he don't mind. Dre Dennis and CeeLo, they don't mind paying for that. But when they don't think you're ready, and you say, I got my own money, okay, so let's get back to it. They do 5 battles, and then they get Geechee Gotti on another league. Somebody says, you know what? You a gatekeeper, you've been tripping lately. I seen your last 5 battles. You've been tripping. I would have booked this over here. I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to pay Geechee Gotti. Guess what? Money is still being dispersed. What if the league say I'm not going to pay you, and I'm just going to pay Geechee Gotti? The money still has to come from somewhere. So how is it wrong that a person that believes in himself go to Gate to the Garden and say, I got the money and I believe in myself, and this is what I want to do? And Dre say, okay. What's wrong with that? I really don't see anything wrong with that. Y'all picking and choosing because y'all doing things that, like, y'all battlers, besides Ace, I mean, we know he's rich and shit happens, we know they rich. But y'all battlers can't do that. Or hasn't done that. I ain't counting nobody's pockets. I don't know who can do what. But I'm just speaking on H and she because of what I know. I mean, I don't know they pockets either, but I know they good. You get what I'm saying? The other battlers, I don't know. Swervo didn't have to pay. Ace Amin didn't have to pay. She Happens didn't have to pay. It was word of mouth that got them the battle. They didn't have to pay. Usually, if Ace Amin would have came home from prison and said, I want to battle on the Gates, he would have paid. She Happens would have paid. Swervo would have paid. So you can't take away from what Dre and CeeLo does because it don't fit your criteria and that's not what you would have done. What that has to do with anything? Stop counting people's pockets and worry about the battles. Anybody can't get anybody. You know how many no names we'd have turned down and said no? But some people we believe, okay, you might not be all the way ready. I'm not booking that. But guess what? I got my own money. Okay, well, you halfway there, so go ahead. Let's see what happens. How is that wrong? Y'all got to stop this. We get more views. We got more subscribers. We got more of a lot of things. Answer this. How is Tay-Rock OSBL? How? How? Y'all let him rep OSBL. How is he OSBL? Besides She Happened, Swervo, Eunice, and Ace Amin that I'm familiar with, nobody else has made it anywhere and stayed there. None of them. So let's get something clear before y'all go crazy on Floss. Guess what? Floss battle rap situation is a hobby. It's a hobby for me. It's not a career. So I show up outside when I want. I don't ask for names. I can get every name there is and don't have to pay for it because I didn't made that mark already. I done made that mark already. I done been to every important league that's a league out there or platform. I done been there, including URL, and kept turning them down because I don't like certain things. So I stayed at RBE, went to Gates of the Garden, was on Trap New York, was on We Go Hard. I was on all the main platforms besides the Riot. Every one of them. The Philly, Trap Philly. I've been there. All the staple leagues, I've been there. Traveled around this country, I've been there, so I know what goes on. Probably not an OSBL league. Because I turned that down from the beginning. You don't want to pay? I'm not battling. That's when she first started, and that was the first in of our relationship. Speaking of Kel, shout out to her. It's no malice, no beef. She's a female. I would never do that. I respect what she does. But I'm just talking about my history. My history is when she started the league, she asked, "Hey, Floss, yeah, this is my price." And she asked me, "Oh, you charging me?" Yes, I am. And from there on, we went our separate ways. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. She's doing a great job. But what we not about to do is act like y'all out here just developing talent. You're not. You're managing well. You're not developing talent. You're managing well. Because everybody came from a league before y'all started a league. Everybody battled somewhere else before you started a league. I'm talking about their league. It wasn't your league. Even if you were doing the booking, it wasn't your league. Y'all got to stop with this. We're not about to do that with the Gates because y'all looking for a little passageway to get. We're not doing that. No, we're not. Sorry, Ace. We're not. And you know you my guy. It's battle rap. You know you my guy. But you ain't about to, you're not about to do that to the Gates. No, we're not doing that. At least I'm not. If anybody gonna say something, I am. Yeah, I've been holding Gates down since the start. On the first card, and I'll be on the last card, if there's ever one. But that's not what we doing. It's definitely not what we doing. Anyway, that's what I wanted to clear up. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Welcome to the Boss Desk.